As always, we're going to start with drawing our attention in, and the importance of embodying our ideas, our um, positivity, our positive expectations, our good wishes, that we want to happen for everybody. Seems to have become extremely important because we have to learn to anchor it in this body. And when we do anchor it, it's like creating a little space which keeps putting this fragrance out over and over and over again. So it's a little different from keeping it at the level of the mind and the intellect. So we need to bring that in deeper. And that seems to be more and more relevant as we are walking through this time, which also means that all those little spaces we have where we've kept our anxieties and our disappointments and our anger and our shame, we have to dissolve because there is really no room for that anymore. And as in the world, we see all these major systems are cracking and beginning to collapse and exposing stuff that we had never even dreamed existed, all the more reason why we need to be here and hold on to that goodness that we are a part of. So with that intention and with that thought, let's go ahead and take that nice breath, bringing in more light, more love. More light, more love. And sometimes it may feel that these words we hear over and over again, and the mind may ask the question, really, how do I do that? What is the way to expand that light? And what is the way to expand that love that I feel in my heart? And as we contemplate that, it becomes clear that to expand our love, we will have to go and meet the barriers, those places where we have shut love out. So let's go ahead and expand. Just think of your energy field. And as if you were moving out to the outer peripheries of where your energy might go. The expanded version of you. And then ask yourself the question, which are the places where I have chosen not to go? For whatever reason. Experiences that I have decided to keep out of my arena. People, ideas, and when we see that, we have to ask ourselves, what is my fear? that I need to protect myself from this. There is nothing right or wrong about this. This is the way we survive in this three-dimensional reality. But it is good to be aware. And then we can look back and see those areas in our lives we may have held at bay, held at an arm's distance for the same reason, to protect ourselves. But we have walked into those areas, sometimes voluntarily, willingly, and sometimes being pushed in there, and come out better for it. For the next few minutes, just let us contemplate that. Just think about those instances. And you will notice there will be two kinds of reactions that you may have faced. One would be that action, that willingness has expanded your life, created new and deeper connections, and allowed the love to flow there. And whenever the deeper fears have been triggered, we may have come away from that experience with the resolve, never again. Not going there again, not meeting those people. We'll keep that wall up, at least for now. So take a nice deep breath on that recognition. There are always fears that we are not ready to deal with at this time. There is nothing wrong with that. It is not bad. It is our inner intelligence that allows us to recognize that which we can handle and that which we are afraid to. But whenever we are ready to expand, we come to these edges of our outer selves and ask ourselves the question, am I ready to venture into that? And sometimes when it is no longer an option, and there is a huge tide taking us into that area that I had never imagined I'd have to go to. And every part of my being wants to resist that, wants to push against it. And we end up exhausting ourselves, confusing ourselves, being shuttled back and forth in the tide. We recognize that too and take that deep breath and remind ourselves that I am connected to an infinite source of love and light from where my energy comes, from where my resolve comes. And if we take that remembrance into the heart and open and take that deep breath, it gives us an expanded ability to embody that knowledge, that connection. As you will notice, even as we take that deep breath, as our chest expands, our shoulders move back, our head straightens up, our spine becomes erect, we are much more grounded, our feet on the ground is rooted. There's additional capacity of love that comes with it. Additional brightness comes with the light that we hold already within us. And sometimes we surprise ourselves. When we see the effect of that love and light expanding and flowing over to others. Giving them courage to do the same. Or in the very least, making them wonder how to find that space themselves. This is not our mission to teach others, it is our mission to live as such. That the lesson is in the living. In the holding of that space, that vibration, that understanding, that light that speaks for itself. And as we hold this recognition, and as we allow ourselves to accept that the anxieties, the stress, and the fears we've held within us can soften, can make room, can give way to a greater presence. A presence of awareness of the moment. Not going back to older patterns. Excuse me. Nor projecting into a future that we are not exactly sure of. So being here in the moment, in the now, where God is. This space where I can be all of me. And from here, we nurture the roots of our being. Allow the light and the air and the rain to come in and help us grow. As we continue to grow and bring in more love and more light in our everyday, every moment, every relationship, every experience. And before we conclude, let us take another nice deep breath and put a smile on the face. This is possible. This is mine to live. Thank you, thank you, thank you.